Good afternoon to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your hurricane outlook and discussion for Saturday, August 11th, 2018. Really not a lot to talk about today. You see I only have 3 tabs up here, and that's good news considering it's getting towards mid-August. We still have the area out here in the Atlantic. I'm just going to refresh this to make sure it is the latest information, and it is. As of 2 o'clock Eastern Time, just a 10% chance that this develops over the next few days. This is what the satellite representation looks like of the graphical tropical weather outlook. And then in the 5-day time frame, another subtropical system might try to develop up here in the North Atlantic. So all in all, things very quiet. If you have any plans to visit the islands out here, take a cruise to the Bahamas, or you want to go down to Cozumel or Cancun, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, anywhere. Central America, the next week to 10 days looks really nice. No threats from the tropics. There's just a lot of dry air out here in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and it's not so much necessarily something beeping at me. I don't know what that was. That's a weird note. I don't know if you heard that, but an iPhone notification that I've never heard before. The mid-level dry air out here is not so much from the Saharan air outbreaks that we're seeing, more so than it is just a very strange phenomenon where there's just a lot of dry air persisting in here, kind of keeping a lid on the convection. And until that dissipates, we're not going to see any activity in the deep tropics. In the eastern Pacific, the 5-day outlook here, remnants of Christie, no other named storms, but this area looks like it might try to go. But then at the 5-day time frame, only 40%. So the eastern Pacific here starting to calm down a little bit after that big burst of activity that led to Category 4, Hurricane Hector. We had Ileana and John and Christie, but all of those have pretty much dissipated out here. And we can see that on the satellite animation here from Tropical Tidbits, and right there, just amazing what Levi has done. I keep saying that, and it's true. He's just absolutely impressive, especially since we don't have this on the Hurricane Center site like we used to. Those were the days. So look, you can see out here there's a little bit more high cloudiness, but not a lot of deep convection. Just a little bit here as the intertropical convergence zone is kind of getting bent to the north just a little bit, and that's usually a sign of favorability overall, but the overwhelming amount of dry, stable air is quite remarkable out in this region, despite the fact that the 26 degrees Celsius line pretty much runs through here now, and we'll look at that in more detail on Monday. The 26 C line is the threshold. It's about almost 80 Fahrenheit for tropical development. Sea surface temperature wise, a little convection here, some leftover storms in the Gulf kind of rimming the Gulf of Mexico, but no organized areas. This is the one that we'll watch way up in the subtropics up here. Water temperatures are warm enough, and it'll be like a repeat of what we saw with Debbie. This over here in the East Pac is Invest Area 97E. That's the one that has the 40% chance of development right here. That's it there. But I don't see much happening with it over the next few days. No threats to the Mexican coastline at all. So that's great news. So let's just look at the model here for the Pacific, because honestly the Atlantic's just absolutely dead. And if we look and see over the next week, I put this into motion, and we'll watch this a couple of times. Here's the northwest coast of North America. There's California, the Baja Peninsula, and Mexico itself. Out here are the Hawaiian Islands. And you notice as we go through the next 7 days, Hector continues to just kind of roam around out there. There it goes there after starting here. And then these systems, this is Christie, this is the remnants of John, and then here's that other system. And just really not much happening. Even the Pacific typhoons in the West Pac, not too prominent right now. So sort of a downturn overall in activity as the Madden-Julian oscillation kind of calms down more towards what we call the null phase, and maybe going into phases 2 and 3. I'm going to talk about that in much more detail on Monday, especially since some of you might be saying, what did he say, a Madden-Julian what? it's basically the favorability window of opportunity, and it comes and goes. And it looks like, as you can see, as the Pacific kind of dies out, that it's going to kind of go down a little bit. And so we'll have a period where there's not much activity anywhere on the globe, not just the Atlantic. So enjoy the weekend. I'm going to take tomorrow off as if it's a lot of hard work doing this, but there's really nothing to talk about. And so I'll probably work on equipment some more. I ordered some new cases and another camera, another live camera, thanks to the support from folks here on Patreon. Literally, I think I'm up to, $678 a month or something, and that money literally gets reinvested right back into equipment. It's so amazing to be able to do that. And one of these days, whether it's hurricanes or big nor'easters or whatever, these extreme weather events, I'll put that into operation. And so getting it all together, I'm slowly building this incredible arsenal of live cameras. I'll have 5 of those total now, of the brand new cameras that we're using from Nest, the Nest cameras. And then I've got 9 GoPro cams, Hero 4 GoPro cams. All of that is directly supported by Patreon. And I'm not kidding. It's amazing. So I think I'm going to keep working on that. I've also got to do some stuff with Herbie, the Hurricane Research Balloon Payload. Just every now and then I tinker with stuff and tweak it and test it. And tomorrow's a good day to do that, since the tropics are nice and quiet. So enjoy today, enjoy tomorrow, have a great weekend. And if you're headed out to see the meteor shower this weekend, the Perseids, I might. It just depends on the cloud cover. I hope you see a lot. It just depends on where you are. And the best time is after midnight in the northeast part of the sky, under clear skies with little light pollution. Good luck with that. That's the one bad thing about those in August, is a lot of humidity around. It kind of makes it a little harder. Anyway, I am all done for now. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, and I will talk to you again on Monday.